Let us welcome her, but before that, let us try to know a little about her. So, this resource person is a gold medalist in English literature. It's not easy to get a gold medal. Yes. She's a passionate child psychologist. She wants to help each and every child. Any child that which goes to her comes back with a happy smiling face. Then she's an avid reader. Majority of you have to be an avid reader. Then she's a thoughtful writer as well as a very dynamic speaker, which is the best part of why this workshop is being conducted for all of you. Then she's the chief head of the English department at Chitrakoota Kaushalya. Majority of you may already know who I'm talking about, but let's wait. Then this person has published a thesis on, listen to this carefully, per aspera ad inferi. I know that it's not English, but it means myth, symbolism and religion in Dante's Inferno. It's a divine comedy by Dante Alighieri. Okay, alright. Then this thesis has played an important role in her getting the gold medal. Well, let's move on. She's charismatic and an insightful educator. She is known for her compassionate approach, eloquent communication, and deep understanding of your minds, that is, young minds. Then, with her exceptional academic achievements, creative expression, and psychological expertise, she empowers students to explore their inner potential, strengthen their thinking abilities, and grow both intellectually as well as emotionally. We are privileged to host such a distinguished environmentalist and a visionary. We request all the students to encourage, all the parents to encourage the students to attend this workshop and be a part of this enriching experience. So let us welcome Miss Samyukta onto the stage.
Thank you, Avinash sir. How did you imitate? First, what did you have to do? Observe, correct? So this was for you to observe your friends and then start imitating their activities or their actions. Other than that, what else? One is observation, then anything else? You got to know a little bit about those volunteers? Yes? You got to know a little bit? You broke that ice? Little bit at least? Alright. So now, shall we move on to the first experiment? Ready? Nobody is going to take notes. Books closed, pens closed, nothing. You're just going to observe a picture. What are you going to do? Observe a picture. I am not going to display the picture for more than how many seconds? 30 seconds. The picture is going to be displayed on the screen for exactly 30 seconds, post which I will be taking it off. So far, any doubts? Alright, shall I start then? Yeah? No taking notes? Mind you. This is your picture and let's start the 30 seconds. You have a list of difficult words, equations, dates. I will give you your time. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Alright. Now I'll be giving you another 1 minute to write down whatever you remember. Fast. Your memory is very fresh. Utilize it. Whatever you remember, write it down. Last 10 seconds. And time's up. Stop writing, please. Stop writing. And please come forward. All of you, please come forward. Okay, what was your previous score? 4, right? First one is correct. Second one is correct. 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'll give you 5. Let me check, please. Let me use this. Please give it to me. Minus means no, the second one is wrong. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What was your previous score? 4, and now it is 6. Good, remember those two scores. And you? Very good. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What was the previous score? 6 only. Good. You had 3 and now you have 7. Good. Here 5 and then here the now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Very good. And the previous one? Okay. Then you take few subjects, okay, and you place it in different rooms or different places of your house. For example, let's assume you find the mathematical formulas a little difficult to remember. You find it a little difficult to remember and recall. So one place, for example, which is that one place that you spend a lot of time at your home. For the first question, did you see a wooden fence in the picture? Write it as NS. You have to mark it as NS. Is there a wooden fence? Alright, next one. Or you can just put a tick mark. Tick mark is fine. How many people were there? What is your answer? 2 people are there? Very good. Then, how many birds were there? Birds are 0? Yes. If you have given 1 or 2, then it is wrong answer. How many cottages were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. How many black sheep were there in the picture? Are they black sheep? I asked only black. I did not ask black and white. What was the next question? Did all the trees have leaves? Right? Did all the trees have leaves? Really? Look at the picture. Look at the picture. What was the question? All. Do all the trees have leaves? Very good. Then, what was the next question? How many swans were there in the picture? All of you have written 0? Very good. Then, what was the next question? Where did you see the squirrel in the picture? Cartwheel. Where was the cartwheel lying in the picture? Where was the cartwheel lying in the picture? Is there a cartwheel? How many of you have written on the ground? Very nice. Okay, it's wrong then. Okay, next question. What was the next question? Do you guys remember? Where did you see the squirrels in the picture? Nowhere. Anybody has written? On the tree, in the house? You guys have written, okay. How many trees had snow on them was the last question? What was the color of the umbrella the man was holding? Anybody has written the color? You guys have written, okay. But was there an umbrella? Very good. Look at the next one. Last question, right? 2 more. What was the next question? Snow on trees. Do you have snow on the trees? How many of you have written yes? Some people have written yes. Okay. Then what was the next one? How many cottages had snow on them? How many of you have written? Lights. Okay. How many cottages had... did the cottages... were the lights there in the cottages? Probably that was the question. Were there lights? Yes, you just had to write yes or no. Okay. How many of you answered? Now you understood what I did with you guys? What did I do? Who can tell me? Visual memory, yes. Along with that, I lied to you, didn't I? What all did I lie about? Cartwheel I lied. Then, squirrel I lied. Then Mike will come to you. Your memory is hindered when you suggest something. The accuracy of your memory will be disturbed because of suggestion, because of the kind of suggestions that you give yourself. You are able to understand? Because I suggested you, when I say where was the cartwheel, you believe that there was a cartwheel, correct? I did not ask, was there a cartwheel? I told you, I asked you, where was the cartwheel? You immediately believed that, okay, there was a cartwheel, maybe I missed. So let me write a number. Somewhere did that happen? Either with the swan, or with the cartwheel, or with the trees, correct? This is called as suggestion bias. You are able to understand? When somebody suggests something to you, your own accuracy of the content will reduce. Okay, now look at your marks. You will know if you are a suggestible person or a non-suggestible person. 67. Do you have the problem? That is because of your suggestion bias. You are able to understand why it is happening. Many of us have this question of why don't we remember the date properly. That's because of the question which is framed and the question that you tend to ask yourself. If you have gone through the workshop details, we'll also be doing something called dream analysis. Now, in order to understand dream analysis, you need to understand who Carl Jung is, what was his theory, etc. I'll brief you in very simple terms. Carl Jung, I want complete silence in the auditorium. Boys there, please stop talking. Carl Jung was a Swiss psychologist. He was a student of another very famous psychologist called Sigmund Freud. What Carl Jung said was, our dreams have meaning. They have symbols. Our dreams are like how we believe God talks to us. He said that dreams talk to us. Dreams try to warn us. Okay, so that is what we will be studying in today's workshop. So first, we have to understand what archetypes are. Archetypes are basically symbols. They are patterns that your brain keeps repeating. Your mind keeps playing whenever you sleep. Doesn't have to be only in your dreams. These archetypes are also found in movies. Okay, they are behavioral patterns which you see in movies, in books, and also in dreams. They show up in your dreams, imagination, and also storytelling. And each archetype represents a part of you. So these archetypes are a part of your personality. They can talk about your fears, your hopes, your happiness, your likes, and your dislikes. Now, I will not be going into the primary archetypes. Rather, we will be studying the symbolic archetypes. These are all called as symbolic archetypes. Now, first one, we have the hero. What does a hero usually do? Sorry, yes. Basically, courageous acts. Very good. Then let's go to the shadow. What does a shadow do in a movie? Who is usually considered a shadow? Villains. Very good. Come to the third one, wise old man. The term itself tells you what is the meaning of a wise old man. Experience. Mentor. Very good. Somebody who gives advice to our hero. Then last one, anima and animus. You might not know this, I'll just briefly tell you. Anima is the feminine side of a man. Carl Jung believed that boys not just have masculine energies or attributes, they also have feminine side. Girls, on the other hand, you will have not just the feminine side but also the masculine side. Okay, I'll be explaining it in detail now. First, let us go back to the hero. So, hero just in movies, do you think you have hero in you? Hero or heroines, girls? Hero or heroines in you? When? When do you think you have exhibited that hero attribute? Aditya, sit straight. Sorry? How? Winning the nationals, very good then. Anybody? Yes, Aisiri. Perfect example. When you face challenges in life, then. Very good, very good. Saving your friends from bullies, correct? Now that is the hero attribute. Then, anything else? Okay, next up, what is that shadow? Do we have shadow within us? What is that shadow?
Bullying others.
Bullying others. Now that is shadow. Very good. Yes, Advik. Creating problems for others. Correct? Then somebody. Our fears. Fears. Now that is shadow. Very good. Then. Sorry? Not helping our parents. Yes, Aditya, one more. What is shadow? No, one attribute that you have seen in others or in your own self. They said fear. Okay, they said bullying. Like that. Greediness and jealousy. Good. Survival, man. You have to do it.
Yes, sir.
That was humor. That was just humor. Yeah. Aggressive. Okay. Let me tell you this. Let's assume, all of you, are you here with me? Let's assume your friend got a chance, but you felt you were equally capable of getting the chance, but you did not get. Have you ever felt jealous about it? I have felt. Have you guys felt that amount of jealousy? Yes, you have felt. Okay. Have you ever procrastinated? You had to do the homework today, but submission is on Monday. Have you told yourself, Sunday evening I'll do? First you will say Friday evening, Saturday morning. Have you done that? The test is on Friday. English test is on Friday. I have announced it on Monday. Do you guys tend to say, it is still Monday, let me start studying on Wednesday, it is enough. Wednesday comes, one more day, Thursday is there, I'll manage. Have you guys done that? And something comes up on Thursday evening, you are supposed to go out. You promise yourself early in the morning, 5 o'clock I'll wake up and study. And you sleep till 7 o'clock. Done that? That is your shadow. Your friend tells you a joke, he or she mocks you. They feel that this person will take it lightly. But you get very angry towards them. What is that? That is your inner shadow. Your anger, your jealousy, greed, procrastination, all of these are examples for shadow. Now next one is very interesting. The wise old man or the wise old woman. Do you have it within you? You have it? Very nice. Where? How exactly in sports? Naren, have you ever had that wise old man or woman in you? One trait. You did this. How? Tell me that.
When a friend is not doing well and you help them out or you guide them in what they're feeling.
Very nice. Silence please. Silence please. Kiran, you need to talk to me. You're here to talk to me. Yes please. While leading a team, very good. You're guiding your friends. You're guiding your team. And somebody here told me, when a friend is in a problem, you tend to go and help them. Now that is a wise old man. How many of you went to help your friends in campaigning? Vote for. We did that? Some of us did that, right? What is that? That is your wise old man or woman which tells you to go and help your friend. Understood? Last one, anima and animus. Now this is interesting. Boys, first I want to ask all the boys. I'll come to the girls later. First boys. What do you think that feminine side of a man is? Don't think it is. Try to think of your moms, your sisters, then you will get to know. Yeah. Helping, yes. Helping nature. Very good. Then one trait. Not an action, a trait. No. Very good. Kindness. If you feel you are kind as a person, that is your feminine side. Then sensitivity, empathy. Good. Who said sensitivity? Very good, Dhruv. Good point. Boys.
Makeup.
Is makeup a trait? Is makeup a trait? Is it a behavioral trait? No, it is not. How does your... Where will you go and do makeup for your mind? Then, boys here. Yes, Krishna.
Helping nature, ma'am.
Helping nature. Alright. And now let's come to the girls. What is that masculine side that you guys have? Girls. Yes, I see. Children, can I have silence please? Charit. And here as well. Please maintain silence. Preetham, sit properly. Yes, I see. Courage, very good. Courage is a masculine trait. It's not a feminine trait. Very good. Then, what are the traits? Yes, ma'am, please.
Protectiveness.
Very good. Protectiveness. Supportive nature. Then, shadow. Arrogance is shadow, not a masculine trait. Sanak. Children, I am asking you for traits, not nouns. Makeup is a noun. Idli sambar also you say for feminine trait. Then, come on. Yes, Tanvi. Very good. Strength. Absolutely correct. See, please understand, Jung drew these concepts from stories, from mythology. He saw the gods and goddesses behaving in a certain way. And that's when he took all these archetypes. You're able to understand? So first one, hero. Hero is your strength. He is your courage, the moral struggle. Shadow is your fear, the dark side. Somebody is winning, you're feeling jealous about it. Somebody does something to you, you don't know how to process it, you're completely angry. You're angry at your teachers, you're angry at your parents. Now that is shadow. Look at the wise old man or woman. Sometimes you sit like counselors and you guide your friends, right? The last three over there, how they're guiding each other in the workshop. Just like them, how they guide each other now in the workshop by talking instead of listening. You guide others. Now that is your wise old man. Anima and animus, as we just discussed, courage, strength. All of these come under the anima and animus. You can quickly go through the slide. Most of this we have covered. Standing up for a friend, overcoming your fear. Let's assume you have stage fear, but you come on stage and you give a talk. Now that is a hero in you which is awakened. And then you're feeling jealous or you're hiding your fear. How many of us have wanted to raise the hand and give an answer, but even in the class, not just in the workshop, in the class, you know the answer, you want to give the answer, but you're scared. What if the answer is wrong? I have done that. School, I have done this. I know the answer. Many times the answers were correct also, sometimes they were wrong. But I never would give because I was scared. That is that shadow in you. That repressed fear that you have, hidden fear that you have, that is your shadow. Next, anima. It's the feminine side and animus, which is the masculine side we just discussed. Now, movie connection. Which movie is this? Batman? There's an error there. Hero had to be Batman. It's good that I didn't put it there. Batman. Who's the hero of Batman? Bruce Wayne. He's the hero? Who is the shadow? The villain? Joker. Very good. Wise old man? Alfred. Then anima is Rachel Dawes. All of you know this? Alright. How many of you watched Spider-Man? Quite a few hands. Now I'll give you 30 seconds. Tell me who the hero is in Spider-Man. Who is that? I'm going to give you 20 seconds. For Spider-Man, the series, the franchise you can take. This side will do for Spider-Man and this side you will do for The Lion King. How many of you watched The Lion King? No? Fine. Harry Potter? Which movie then? You guys only suggest. Okay, I'll take few of you do it for Lion King, few of you for Iron Man, alright. Correct. Only 20 seconds, make it fast. Harry Potter also somebody can do. Quite interesting and simple. Time up. Time up. Alright, time up please. Clap once. Clap once. Clap thrice. Clap once. Silence. For complete silence. Who wants to go first? Which movie are you going to dissect for us? Spider-Man. So he will give us the 4 archetypes in Spider-Man. Let's see if it is correct or not.
character is Peter Parker. And then the villain is Green Goblin. I took first Spider-Man. I think the wise old man is Uncle Ben. And the anima is Mary Jane.
Correct? All of them are correct. Who can do for the next movie? Yes, Krishna.
Lion King. The hero is Simba. Shadow Scar. And then wise old man, that is monkey, Rafiki. And Anima Nala, Simba's wife.
Absolutely correct. I'll take one more. One more, yes.
Ma'am, this is Guru Shishyaru. Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, the hero is Sharan, the Coco coach. Ma'am, Sharan. Ma'am, and the shadow is Zamindar. And the wise old man is the principal. And ma'am, I didn't understand about anime. Ma'am, the heroine. Ma'am. The heroine.
Alright. Okay. So now you know how to identify archetypes in movies. Shall we move ahead? This is done. Let's move ahead. Okay. Dream analysis. Final part. We'll quickly move ahead. You should answer. Why do we dream? Do we all dream? Why do we dream? Yes, dear.
Maybe because of the subconscious mind.
Because of the subconscious mind. Very good. Any other answers? Yes, from Tanmay. Why do we dream?
Because our subconscious mind is trying to tell us something. It's probably a sign from the
Sign from the universe or from your mind? Anybody else? Tanam, do you want to go? Yes, Tanam.
Your dreams are recollecting, your brain is recollecting the events that happened in your day through dreams.
And it plays it like a movie. It's like a movie that you watch free of cost every night. That is your dream. Experience throughout the day. Yes. Very good, Nihal. Okay. So what are dreams? Dreams are the windows to our unconscious. As somebody rightly put, Divik, can I have you this side? Turn this side. Sorry, what happened? I asked, it is better if all of us maintain silence. Last 15 minutes. We really don't have time. Last 15 minutes, please. They're fine. Divik, it's fine. Okay? Would do. Alright. So, as Kanav rightly said, your whatever happens in your waking life will be reflected in your dreams. That is what actually happens. But why should we analyze our dreams? What is the need to analyze? You know why we dream, but why should we analyze it? That is the whole purpose of this workshop. Yeah.
I think that our soul is trying to convey what is required to life.
Okay. Any other answers? Yes.
Because it is trying to convey the subconscious mind what is needed for us.
What is very important to us in our dreams, for us in our waking life, is conveyed through dreams. Good.
Some dreams may also tell you about your current emotional state.
Very good. Dreams are windows to not just to your complete self. If you want to understand what kind of a person you are, you need to analyze your dreams. Dream analysis will help you understand where is your shadow lurking, where is your wise old man. Okay, those tiny symbols in your dreams help you understand you better. Advait, can I have your attention, please? Dreams always speak in symbols, and now we are going to decode it. I'll come back to all of this later. Let's start with the dream analysis. Okay, I'm going to give you the first dream. I was in a dark forest. This is a dream, okay? I was in a dark forest and I was chased by a wolf. An old man gave me a lantern. I followed a glowing path and reached a mountain. There are many symbols in this. And for the beginners, I will help you with the first one. Dark forest is one symbol, analyze what it is. Wolf is a symbol, analyze what it is. Come to the old man, he is also a symbol. Lantern is a symbol, so I've given you 4. Last, your mountain can be a symbol. 5 symbols. Think what they mean. Try to think what they mean. Will you go? You want to?
Ma'am, wolf, I think, main challenges and all the problems. It's chasing us, and the man who's with us. We reached the wise man who gave us lantern, showed a bright path, and we reached the mountain. I think it's the brighter path.
Shall we decode the dream? Dark forest. Anything that is dark, that appears dark in your dream, that is your fear, your confusion that you have in yourself. Let us assume you have a test in a week. You guys do have tests in another week, right? So there can be recurrent symbols of darkness in your dream. That is your fear. Fear factor is your dark forest. Wolf, what is the wolf? Shadow, yes. Other than that, can it be your challenges? You are running away from something. That is the reason wolf is chasing you. You know you have to study. Math is little difficult for you, but you are not studying. You are keeping it till the last 17th is the exam. You are postponing it till 16th. Now that is the reason why you have a wolf chasing you, because it is asking you to start studying. It is not enough. Next up, you have an old man. Old man is the archetype. The wisdom, correct? Next up, you have lantern. What is lantern? Light, correct? The light in which you are supposed to spread. And finally, there is a mountain. Very simple. What is a mountain? Very good. Success or your goal. Okay. So what is this dream trying to tell us? In one line, if you can summarize it for me. I've told you what the symbols are. Can you, Shavya? Yes.
Telling that you have to study now. The last day is not enough to study.
Very good. You do not have enough time for preparation.
Instead of running away from our fears, we have to find a solution and reach our goal.
It is just a warning call. Any activity that you are supposed to do, it is trying to warn you that you are not prepared enough for it. Okay, you are not prepared enough for it. That is the meaning of the dream. Next. We'll go to the next one. This is really interesting. You chase someone through a dark alley only to find out it's you. In your dream, you're chasing somebody. And finally you catch up with the person and you realize that person is you. The other you, that is the second person that you find out, he smiles eerily, very weirdly he smiles at you and then vanishes into a mirror. What is the meaning of this dream? I'll show the pictorial representation. Look at the smile, it is a very evil smile. It is you smiling back at you in an evil manner, and then after that smile, that evil side of you vanishes into a mirror. What is the meaning? No question, no surprise. Sensible answer.
The bad side of our mind. Yes.
You must have done some. See, first one I told you, exam fear or stage fright, etc. What do you think you would have done in your waking life to get such a dream? Something bad, like what? Give me an example.
Yeah, same example. Something doing bullying, and in dream, the evil side of us comes to like we see us, and so that we will realize after seeing our evil face or something.
Very good answer. Next.
It could be like you're trying to confront your evil side and it is trying to run away from it, taking you to other completely different part of it.
Wonderful answer. You're confronting yourself. As I told you many a times, the other person is getting appreciated, but you are not. You feel the tinge of jealousy, right? You feel the tinge of jealousy. But in front of your friend, what do? Hey, wow, I'm so happy for you. You deserve it. More than me, you deserve it. Some dramatic statement like this we'll give, right? Did we confront? Did we tell our friend? Did we at least accept for ourselves? Okay, even though my friend is getting something really nice, I didn't get, but it's okay, let me try later. Or, okay, I am feeling this jealousy, I am feeling this anger. Have you ever told yourself? Have you accepted it to your own self? Not many times, right? When you don't accept, the mind comes and tells you. See, something like this happened today. You did not face your fear, you did not face your jealousy. That is that evil smile. That evil smile is asking you to accept your evil side, that shadow. Because we have shadow, are we bad people? No. Shadow is a very important part of the dream. Shadow tells you where to work. If you get a dream, you realize that you have that emotion of jealousy left in you and you're supposed to work on it. Next up, you are trying to walk to school. There's a talking monkey. The talking monkey offers to lead you and then it steals your bag. Who can try? Yes, please. Yes, please.
जैसा करोगे वैसा भरोगे. Example, if you are bullying someone like our friend, and then the same thing happens to us again, like in a different manner, but it happens the same way. Something bad with you.
Okay. Anybody else who wants to throw light? Yes, Krishna.
But I think we are moving in a path, and the monkey represents people who try to distract us from our path.
Good. Distraction. Can it mean distraction? Very basic example is distraction. Now, that is the stage. Okay? You are going on stage. You are supposed to go on stage. I'll read out the dream for you. Is it there? Okay. In your dream, you are giving a stage like me. You are standing here and you are talking to an audience. But you see that all the audience, you people, you turn into animals and you just disappear. You are on stage. You are talking. Suddenly, you see that your audience have turned into animals and they have left the auditorium. What is the meaning of this dream? Yes, Prithvi.
Mom, I think your voice is not heard or your opinion is not conveyed.
Very good.
Maybe you have to make it more impactful and make sure that everybody is concentrated.
I'll tell you something. This is a dream before your speech. Monday you are speaking this, maybe Saturday or Friday or Sunday you get this dream.
But when you are speaking, nobody will listen to you.
Very good. You are scared. I have prepared. My topic is ready. But will these people understand? Will my audience be able to connect? Can you connect with animals on a topic like psychology? No, you cannot. Can you teach numbers to them, Surya? 1, 2, 3, 4 to a hen? No, right? Correct? So animals, why do they turn into animals? It's because of your fear factor. Okay? That is the reason they turn into animals. See, whenever you get an animal in your dream, they are part of your personality. Don't think animals are different from you. They are a part of your personality. How anger is a part of your personality, fear is a part of your personality. That fear is represented in the form of animals. And then they disappear. Why do they disappear? Because you are scared, nobody will listen to you. Nobody will be able to connect with you on that presentation. You are in a desert. You are thirsty and you are lost. A cloaked figure hands you a wooden compass and says, you already know the way. And after that woman disappears. She vanishes into dust. The meaning, why is same old repeated hands? Yes, Aditi.
And it's like giving a positive.
Very good. A hope. But why does it disappear? I understand it is a hope. Desert, what is the symbol for desert if somebody can tell me?
Desert symbolizes emptiness around you, and you know the way, but you still won't do it. It's what makes you.
You know the path. Very good. You pretty much explained the dream. Desert is your confusion. That emptiness, that lacuna that you have, that complete understanding that you don't have. Old woman, see, it is a cloaked figure. I am not saying it is an old woman or a man. I say it is a cloaked figure. Why? You all know the meaning of a cloaked figure? Somebody who is not showing their face. Who do you think that cloaked figure could be in your dream?
Mostly or somebody who supports us.
Somebody who supports us. Or can it also be you? You have a wise old man and a woman within yourself, right? Can that be you as a wise old man or a woman? And then look at the compass. That is your direction. And finally, why do they disappear into dust? Very good. There is nobody who will come and help you till the end. It is you yourself. Correct? You have to be your emotional anchor throughout. As somebody rightly said, you already know what you are supposed to do, but you don't know how to do it or where to tap into, which energy to tap into. That is the reason the dream is telling you. Why it vanishes is because the dream is trying to tell you that you as a person is capable of handling the situation. You do not need the help of anybody else. This is interesting. So many doors are there, you have a single key and then you don't know which door to open. You are unable to find the right door. What is the meaning? A house is there, you have a key, then you have doors. What is the symbolism of this dream?
Ma'am, I think that there are many problems and we only have the solution, but we are not able to find it properly.
Very good. What is the house a symbol for? Anybody? House. House is not a choice. Sorry, somebody said. Very good, Sanav. Your soul or your mind. House is your mind basically. What are the doors? I'll come to you, Surya. Give me a minute. Yes.
House is a secure place. We have to open it to go through. Or right yourself. Right yourself.
Write yourself is fine. What is the key there, Preetham?
One key is that for the life only, how to reach a destination.
That is exactly what I'm asking you. You're repeating the question. Yes. Very good. Can I take it as, yes, Vihan, I'll take your answer. Very good. Can I take it as your potential? I'll phrase it in a better, with a better word. It's your potential. The key is you are multi-talented. You have too many things. You have high, potential, but you don't know which potential to use, what to use. Okay, but the key is that assurance. The dream is telling you that you are not a waste person. You are not somebody who's, where somebody else has to come and help you. You can help yourself. But the thing is, you are not searching it. You are not searching for that potential. Okay, this is almost like the wolf dream. Now, before this, have you guys had such dreams where you've had animals in your dreams, houses in your dream, falling off? Have you ever felt as if you've fallen off in your dream? You have? What is the meaning of that? Yes, Prithvi.
Like you are lost balance.
Very good. You've lost balance in your life. Too many things. You have English UT, you have math UT, you also have to prepare for something. Then the meaning is you don't know how to balance everything. That is when you tend to, fall off in your dream. Okay. Now, let me phrase it in a better manner to all of you so that you understand. Some people, before the workshop when I interacted, you had one question. Ma'am, I don't remember my dream at all. Many of us face this, no? The moment you wake up, there's a blank screen on the mind. You don't know what you're dreaming. The primary reason is because you have not slept properly. Multiple reasons can be there. First thing, your eating schedule. How many of you eat at 10:30 and go to bed at 11 o'clock? Or you eat at 10, 10:30 you are in bed. Worst habit. The brain needs, and your body is still processing your food. Digestive system is still working. Your brain is active. Somebody asked me about sleepwalking. This is also connected to you, connected to the same issue. Your sleep pattern, you should have a minimum of 2 hours gap before you sleep. You need to give your body that rest so that the mind also relaxes, your brain also relaxes. Clear? And then, how many of us love watching horror movies? You're scared? That's a different issue, but you like watching. You watch Annabelle and do you expect some goddess to come in your dream? You will have scary dreams only. Avoid watching negative content. It doesn't have to be only horror movies. Some social evil in the society. There is a murder. There is a death, your airplane crash that we were speaking about yesterday. All of these are negative emotions, negative images. Negative images will only bring negative emotions. Negative emotions will lead to negative dreams. And coming back to why you don't remember your dream, there is something called a sleep cycle. Okay? When do you dream? When you dream? Any idea when you dream? Who told you that it's 3 o'clock? There's one slide that I want to show you guys before we wind up. Okay, this is very important. Sleep cycle. First one is N1, and throughout the 7 or 8 hours that you sleep, sleep cycle keeps repeating on itself. The first one is N1, light sleep. This will be about 7 to 8 minutes. For people who find it very difficult to sleep, it can run up to half an hour to 45 minutes also, where your body is still going into that state of paralysis. You don't, that is the state. Same thing is followed into N2 and N3 is where you are in deep sleep. But here, you still don't have dreams. The subconscious is still not, making that movie for you. And movie happens in your REM. REM is nothing but rapid eye movement. Okay, REM is the phase where you dream. You're able to understand. Now what happens? When do you wake? This cycle has to complete. From N1 to REM, this cycle has to complete multiple rounds. A minimum of 5 to 6 times this cycle happens when you sleep. But the problem with people who don't remember their dream is they would have fallen asleep very late. They're supposed to wake up early. Now instead of waking, you should wake up at N1 stage. But when do you wake up? You wake up during your REM stage. You're able to understand? Okay? Your dream is not completely registered in your mind. That is when you don't remember. That is why you don't remember your dreams. Your sleep cycle affects your dreams. And there is nothing called no dreaming. Everybody dreams. You have to dream, you will dream. It is just that you will not remember your dreams because of your sleep cycle. Clear? Okay? Alright. With this, I wind up my workshop. Thank you.